The Canadian political landscape is currently ablaze with a scandal that has echoes of the most dramatic American political battles. The incident involves a covert operation orchestrated by Liberal Party operatives, targeting the Conservative Party and its leader, Pierre Poilievre, in a bid to paint him with the brush of Trumpian politics. The drama unfolded at the Canada Strong and Free Network Conference, CSFN, in Ottawa. Liberal staffers, undercover and operating as what some would call political saboteurs, strategically planted buttons emblazoned with "Stop the Steal," a slogan indelibly linked to Donald Trump's post-election rhetoric and the January 6th Capitol Hill riots. Their goal: to falsely associate Poilievre and his conservative supporters with this controversial narrative, highlighting perceived internal divisions within the party and undermining his leadership. This clandestine operation, however, was short-lived. A reporter from the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, CBC, overheard the Liberal staffers boasting about their actions in an Ottawa pub, a candid confession in a moment of post-operation revelry. The ensuing media storm has exposed a level of political dirty tricks reminiscent of the most high-stakes American campaigns. The incident throws a spotlight not just on the Liberal Party's tactics, but also on the ongoing debate surrounding Poilievre's political positioning. Poilievre's political persona has been characterized by a confrontational style with mainstream media, particularly the CBC, which he has frequently labeled government-funded media. His Canada First campaign slogan and his frequent appearances on right-wing media outlets have fueled comparisons to Trump, despite Poilievre's repeated insistence on fundamental ideological differences. This contrast was starkly highlighted on Radio Canada's Tout le monde en parle, where, when asked if he was a mini-Trump, medium Trump, or large Trump, Poilievre cleverly deflected the question by referencing his lighter weight before emphasizing his distinct background as the child of middle-class teachers, a stark contrast to Trump's inherited wealth. Further fueling this narrative are rumors of Poilievre's potential appearance on Joe Rogan's hugely popular podcast. Rogan, a former Bernie Sanders supporter who later endorsed Trump, represents a complex figure in the American political landscape, and his association with Poilievre, if confirmed, would further stoke the comparison to Trump. Poilievre's embrace of a culture warrior identity, advocating a shift from woke to warrior politics, further solidifies his image as a right-wing figurehead within Canadian politics. His association with figures like Jordan Peterson reinforces this perception. The Liberal Party's strategic move to link Poilievre to Trump is not without context. The aftermath of Trump's controversial designation of Canada as a potential 51st state, coupled with his imposition of mass tariffs, caused significant damage to Canada-US relations. This resulted in a steep decline in Canadian tourism to the United States, triggering widespread public disapproval. This negative sentiment has created a fertile ground for the Liberals to exploit, bolstering their lead in the polls under the leadership of Justin Trudeau's successor, Pierre Poilievre. The timing of this button scandal and its potential impact on public opinion will be keenly observed by political analysts. The affair raises serious questions about the ethics and tactics employed in Canadian politics. The deliberate attempt to manipulate public perception, the covert nature of the operation, and the subsequent boastful disclosure in a public setting all point to a level of political maneuvering that is both brazen and potentially damaging to the integrity of the democratic process. The fallout from this incident is sure to shape the Canadian political landscape for months to come. It remains to be seen how this controversy will ultimately affect the Conservative Party's electoral prospects, and the legacy of this incident will likely be debated for years to come, serving as a cautionary tale about the potential consequences of clandestine political operations. The full extent of the impact will only unfold in the months and years ahead, prompting a renewed examination of the boundaries of acceptable political strategies and the transparency demanded in a healthy democracy. The Canadian electorate will undoubtedly be scrutinizing the actions of both parties in the wake of this controversy.